right. Who were the stories? Who was the guy that had 3 interceptions? I think it was Asher Rowe that had the 3 interceptions. I like this guy, though. I know he's not as good now. Well, actually, he's older, too. But I like that height. This guy's actually 22 as well. Asher Rowe is 22. He still has good height. 6'1" is still very solid. So he might just be the way to go, even if he doesn't have that height. But I think we definitely got to draft a cornerback here. We've been needing to for a while, and they just haven't been there in the draft for us. So if I have to trade up to get one of those guys, I think I probably will. There's a few guys in the 7th round that I like here, too. So that's good to see. Don't know if I need that. I'm looking at outside linebackers, too, in the hopes that maybe I could move one over to middle linebacker. I don't need help at outside linebacker, but if I can find, like, some decent players here. Like, how are these guys undrafted? They're not that bad. I don't know. I don't even know. Alright. We need this win. We need this win or we are in even more trouble right now. Do I start? I'm typically like the risk reward for playing these guys is usually not very beneficial, right? I could start them now, but it says high chance of re-injury. So I don't think it's a good idea. Oh, sounds good, Fear. Thank you so much, man. 15 months. Unbelievable, dude. I really appreciate that. Level of support means a lot to me, man. All right. Hopefully we got this victory. We did. We got that victory. That's great news for us. One player regressed, Marcus Colbert. He's not doing that well later on in the season, but he's also in a role that we didn't anticipate him being in this early on. Look at the Cougars, 12-2. Isn't Jared Goff their quarterback? That victory, though, is big. That's very big, because now we have a 2-game lead on them with, what, 2 weeks left. So I think we've guaranteed winning the division at this point, because we have the tiebreaker on them. No, I guess if we lose these next 2 and they win the next 2, they would take it. But otherwise, if we win 1 game, we've won the division. So it's very important to get one of these last few games here. Mike Luke had a touchdown. He has not had a whole lot of touchdowns this season. Oh, Dumpling's coming over to me. You okay, baby? Oh, don't cut off the wire. I wish I knew what to do for her. If I knew what to do, I would certainly be doing it at the moment. Covington, Bright. There goes Mulligan, the guy we traded. So in 2 games against us, he got over 10 tackles a game and a sack and a half. Man, probably having a breakout season over there. Which we knew he could. Again, he was very young and still very good. We just did not have a huge need for him. Let's see. Do they always do well? I don't even know. Do I think the Lions could get Jason Pierre-Paul? I think the Giants are really going to try to re-sign him. Oh, wait, we just looked at this. I mean, if they don't, I don't see why not, but I think the Giants are really going to try to keep him. From what I understand, that's their plan. This next one might not be a win. I wish you could just sleep it off. Alright. Dude, have we seen an offensive player win the Heisman yet? Madden just, like, overcorrected in the biggest of ways. It has to be a glitch, because I'm telling you, a defensive player literally wins the Heisman every single season. Right? Am I wrong? Yeah, I could see them franchise tagging him. I think we decided to let the rest of the guys go. Boy, it's bizarre what's going on with her. Alright, go down the list. Yeah, I wish his run block was better, but he actually grades out as a 3rd round talent, supposed to go in the 4th round. That's usually a very good sign. Oh, this guy looks solid too. I don't know why they're saying undrafted talent with that skill set right there. This guy's listed as a... Oh, here we go. Okay, look at this guy. 5th round. We're seeing some decent left tackles down in the draft here. It obviously depends on what their strength is. But there's definitely some guys worth keeping an eye on. Center. I do think I could potentially use a different center as well. Alright. Yeah, but I think the Giants would give it to him. Maybe they won't. I don't know. But I think they probably will. Alright, this game against the Cougars is going to be a bit telling. Let's go! Hopefully we can make something happen. Boy, the chat's pretty quiet today. What's going on? Usually you guys are much more talkative. Let's see. Oh, server reboot. I hear you. That was a loss. Now. Okay, we won the division. The Ravens lost. We have the tiebreaker over them regardless. It would still be pretty awful if we got in as a 7-9 team. Like, we don't even deserve it at that point. Josh is on the Minecraft server? Nice. Too early for most people? Certainly possible. My goodness, girl. This is crazy. It's like literally near non-stop. Am I doing a new series today? We'll see. We might start up an actual play series like I have online. What up, Pink? How are you doing? Alright, Robbie Tripp here. Where'd she go? Oh, gosh. She's like not throwing anything up, though. Robbie Tripp, a great game. It just wasn't enough. Jared Goff torched our defense. I don't even know what that's about. 7-9, the Seahawks made the Super Bowl. I forgot about that. I was actually rooting for the Seahawks in that game. And now, that was before they were good. They were still the underdog, right? So I didn't care. But now, now that they're good and they're within the same division, I might hate the Patriots more than the Seahawks, though. That might be the one team I dislike more, but I don't know. It's close. I really dislike the Seahawks. PJ Covington with 10 tackles in this one. Henson and Bright. So really not getting a lot of sacks this game either. I think if we improve our secondary, our whole team will get better. Joey Bosa with 2 fumbles forced and recovered. Dude, we fumbled 3 times. It's way too much. Might. I hate the Seahawks a lot. I am not a Seahawk fan. Screw them. But I hate the Patriots a lot too. It's up in the air. I don't know. No, Dallas is probably my 3rd least favorite team. Seahawks and Patriots are 1 and 2. It rotates. It rotates. I'd probably hate the Patriots a bit more at the moment. But if the 49ers were good and battling the Seahawks for something, they would probably take the cake on it, I would think. I do still need a backup quarterback. If I can find like a guy worth taking here somewhere, I would probably have to do that. But nobody looks very good. Nope, I don't think that's happening. I do not think that's happening at all. I mostly hate the Giants because of the Giants. I mostly hate the Cowboys because of the media. Like, their fans are a bit much, too. But any team, I don't care who. Any team that the media just blows up consistently, I'm probably not going to like very much. All the big market teams I typically root against. Poor girl, what is happening with her today? Who's a bandwagon? What? I don't even know what you're talking about. Patriots Nation. Alright, so we've got the playoffs here, and, you know, even though we haven't been doing well, we are actually healthy now. So this might turn our team around right before the postseason. I would still very much like to not be 7-9 going into the postseason, though. Yeah, I do like the Redskins. The Redskins are like the one team in the NFC East I like. Do a Patriots series where you trade away everybody for draft picks and sign off just to screw them over. Yo, we're 7-9 in the postseason with home field advantage. We don't even deserve it. Who regressed? Please don't be the quarterback. It is! Oh, man. Okay, only his injury went down. He got sacked 4 times in that last game. The Spurs, Cowboys, and Marlins. Realism, so real. Our division sucks. It just sucks right now. Alright, so let's go ahead and check out the team's schedule first and foremost. Look at that Week 17 game. See how badly we lost because we... Welp. I think we're screwed. Robbie Tripp, dude, what happened? He was killing it early in the year and has just lately not been doing well at all. All right, PJ Covington, 13 tackles. He's really coming to his own these last few weeks. Ndamukong Suh on the Broncos, 3.5 sacks. Tavares Dees. We didn't see Dees get as many sacks as I'm used to him seeing. Eduardo Morel either. James Reese, the rookie, had another interception. Fumbles. All right. Josh, I don't know if I do. Yeah, we're pretty screwed here. Team's not looking very good at the moment. But it is what it is. I'm so worried about Dumpling right now. Robbie Tripp was 4th in the NFL in passing yards. You know, for being 28-13 here, you would think we'd have a better record. I guess he didn't get the most touchdowns. We need to get more touchdowns than that, right? That's not even 2 a game. So that's probably the issue that we had. Running the ball, Duke Johnson with 8 touchdowns. Trey Mason with 5. Marcus Colbert with 4. Tripp had 1. Malcolm Johnson 2. Receiving the ball, Mike Luke. Only 3 touchdowns. That's not enough. That's not enough. We need more from him. 800 yards by Javier Heward, but he had 8 touchdowns. So that actually worked out. Corey Coleman, over 1,000 yards. Quincy Enunwa, nearly 1,000 yards to go with 8 touchdowns. So, man, we just need Mike Luke to get into the end zone a bit more. And otherwise, I think our receiving core is doing okay. I got that itchy nose right now, man. Let's see. Yeah, we did make it to the postseason. Just not under ideal circumstances. Venable, 139 tackles on the season. Sacks, 8.5 for Deese. He's usually over 10. Dalton Bright with 7.5. PJ Covington, 4.5. But look at this. Where is he? Eduardo Morel, only 1 sack. This guy's been very good for us. I don't know what happened this season. It didn't happen, though. Interceptions, 4 interceptions for DeMarcus Paysinger, 2 for Reese. But, you know, we've got to get more interceptions than this. That's just not going to cut it. And again, that's been our biggest issue that we have been talking about. What's the postseason? Is that a 90s thing? One day the Bills will get back. Maybe. Probably not. Who knows? It might. 49ers, we're on our own little streak now as well. Blocks, let's see if we got any here. 1 block by Shelton. He also got a safety. And then defensive touchdowns. 1 by Mick Tobin, 1 by DeMarcus Paysinger. As we go over to the NFL, let's see. Oh, let's go back to passing here. Samuel Swift, 38 touchdowns, 15 interceptions for him. Blake Bortles, 30 and 18. Daniel Goldberg, 31 and 13. Jared Goff, 23 and 12. If he only threw 23 touchdowns and 12 interceptions, how in the world did his team only get 2 losses? That's not outstanding by any means. 36 touchdowns for Russell Wilson. He also threw 21 interceptions, though. So where did Robbie Tripp fall on this list? He was towards the top. Interceptions. Kaneda, not a great season there. Rich Schiller, not great. Russell Wilson, 3rd in interceptions. Running the ball, Ezekiel Elliott, 1,600 yards, 16 touchdowns. DeJon Gilliam, 1,500 yards, 15 touchdowns. Freeman had 1,500 yards, only 7 touchdowns, though. He had 5 yards a carry, though. Presley with 11 touchdowns. Le'Veon Bell with 14. Jeremy Hill with 13. Derrick Henry with 13. Goff's defense must have been good, yeah. I suppose so. All right, let's see. Rashard Ball, 15. Isn't that the rookie out of Lamb-Booth, or was he second year? Because it depends on if they made the postseason or not. On whether he'd be listed that way. Yeah, Goff was absolutely thrown into a mess this season. He didn't have a chance at all. Receiving the ball, Floyd and Leggett with 100 catches each. 14 touchdowns for Brandon Cooks. Michael Floyd, though, only 3 touchdowns despite 100 catches. Julio Jones would lead the way in yards. A.J. Green, Des Bryant, Odell Beckham Jr., Cooks. Tajay Sharp going to be on this list. DeAndre Hopkins, Cooper, a lot of guys over 1,000 yards here. Go down the list. Man, got a ton. I think the 49ers had over 2 guys there. 16 touchdowns for DeAndre Hopkins, 14 for Cooks. Then you're going to have a bunch of players with 11 and quite a few with 10. Defensively, Roberts leading the way in tackles. Venable is going to be on this list, though. Sacks, 20 for Khalil Mack, 15 for Joey Bosa. But that's what I've been saying. Jared Goff just, you know, I see a lot of people calling him a bust. He's not a bust. What was he going to do with that team? He had no offensive line, and in the short amount of time he actually had to throw the ball, he had nobody to throw it to. So, no quarterback was going to be successful on that team. Which is exactly the same reason why I do not want the 49ers to draft a quarterback this year, because it'd be the same thing. He would just be thrown into a disaster. Joey Bosa forcing 5 fumbles, though. Blocks. Going to have a lot of guys with a block here. Safeties. 1 safety. Defensive touchdowns. What do we got? 2 by Kyle Fuller. Bunch of guys going to have 1 here. Let's just go to kick returns and punt returns. A lot of guys with 1. Let's see if anybody has 2. Nobody has 2. Punt returns, anybody with 2 touchdowns. Okay, only a few punt returns for a touchdown here. I don't think Todd Gurley had a chance. I think they were tackling him before he could even move. That offensive line was so bad. So bad. Alright, oh, I need to look at the awards too. We'll do that in a second. Man, Dumpling's stomach is just crazy right now. We got the Broncos at the Titans, the Lions at the Saints, Raiders at the Thunderbirds, and Falcons at the Seahawks. Let's get some predictions into the chat. Stats, awards. Let's see if we got any player awards here. I doubt it. Weekly awards, but we'll go through. Look at that, Pink! The Bills represented early on in this one. Preston Brown there. All right, going through the list. I doubt we're going to have anybody, but I will look. Preston Brown, 3 interceptions, having a good season. Sims seems to be pretty solid for them as well. There you go, Robbie Tripp. Okay, only 2 touchdowns that game, but I guess he threw for a lot of yards. Dalton Bright for us is going to be listed there. Anybody else? Nope. Not for us. There's Tyrod Taylor on the Jets, though. Seahawks win, Thunderbirds lose. I can see that happening. OS Murderer, what's up, bro? It has been a while. How have you been, dude? Samuel Swift winning MVP. Russell Wilson 2. DeJon Gilliam coming in at 3. Jared Goff 4. Jared Goff, I don't care if your team's 13-3. His stats were not that good. I don't even understand. Archibald at 5, Ezekiel Elliott, Aaron Rodgers on the Bears, which is just absurd. All right, Daniel Goldberg there. Coach of the Year. Go down the list. Obviously, we are not going to be listed here. We'll start off with the NFC, go through kind of quickly. I'll probably pay attention a bit more to the rookies, but otherwise, we'll just make quick work of this. Zach Brown on the Redskins. Edward Deese. Oh, there's Deese. I know you guys want me to draft him. So, Zach Dilliard, who was actually, if I'm not mistaken, Offensive Player of the Year at number 7. He was a rookie. There you go, 49ers. I'll take it. Going down the list. See a few 80 overalls here. Defensive Rookie of the Year, 90 overall, Mike Key for the Lions. Didn't the Lions have another guy over here? They did. So Lions had an outstanding draft. 90 overall as a rookie, though. Very good player. All right, quarterback again. Going to go through quickly. Dillard was a quarterback. Running back, Ezekiel Elliott. To be expected. Wide receiver, down the list. Sammy Coates, Odell Beckham on the Cardinals, which is still... Oh, gosh, weird. Osborne! Dude!
24-hour stream, Kappa.
Dude! Oh my gosh. Well, that's 2 extra hours. Can we get some love in the chat for Osborne? Oh my gosh. And with that, freaking Osborne, dude, you are unbelievable, man. With that, throw some extra love in the chat because, dude, Osborne, thank you, man. You are unbelievable, dude. With that, Osborne has joined the Sneaky Army Jedi Master Club with Amaga Whiffle, Alex the Fat One, Mr. Artie W himself, and Hollywood 4143. Dude, man. Like I talked about earlier, the amount of support is unreal. And then Killer Miller coming in with a sub. Can we get more love in the chat? Boy, guys are freaking killing it right now. Thank you guys. Support is unreal. I'm adding 2 hours to this stream. Osborne, once again, just freaking unbelievable, man. And then we have some wheel spins to do. Let's see.